Hi, I'm Caleb Hamby. I'm one of the promoters for the 2017 Southern Nationals. We're in day one of the event with qualifying taking place today. About halfway through round one of the qualifiers, and we're going to take a little trip through pit road or the pit area and see what some of the guys are up to. We've got Ryan Mayfield over here with the JC area with J Concepts. Let's see if we can get a few seconds of his time and see what he's got going on. Hey Ryan, you got a second to talk? We got 5150 here. Going to see if we can ask you a question or two. What's some of the things you do in some of your free time, other than RC racing and testing and tuning?
Oh, hang out at home with the wife and dogs, and I got a Can-Am side-by-side that I like to take out in the dunes, and not in the summertime because it's too down hot where I'm from, and not much else. Just I'm busy racing quite a bit. I still do it for fun, so I would say even when I'm not racing, that's something I'm doing on the side.
Okay. What's your take on the track and the event so far? I know this is the first time out at Southern Nat, so what's your take on it?
Yeah, so far the event's super awesome. You know, the facility is perfect for what we're trying to do here, and the dirt is awesome, the layout's awesome. So yeah, so far I'm having a great time. The capped entries is nice, so we can get out of here at a decent hour, and yeah, so far it's been a really good time.
All right. Thanks, Ron. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's see who else we can find in the pits. I think Techno's got a couple guys. See if they're back here. They just got off the track marshaling, so maybe they're back over here taking a breather. So we got Ryan and Joe here. Let's see if we can grab Joe real quick. Hey Joe, you got a second? Got 51 Phillies. I'm going to start with a random question. Let's see. When's the last time you've been punched in the face?
Wow, using my question.
Yeah, we use it. See what you say. We got the answer from the last one. Let's see what you got.
See. It was definitely from my brother, if it happened.
Older or younger?
Older.
Okay.
And, I mean, at least 7 years ago, close to 10 years ago probably.
Okay.
But now I'm bigger than him, so. Yeah.
I know that. I'm the baby of 3 boys, so yeah, I've been that route before.
Yeah. But yeah, now I'm bigger than him, so he doesn't mess with me.
Okay. Hey, so what's your take on the track? I know this is your second or third year at the event, I think. So what's your take on this one? Kind of tell us about the last layouts and give us your thoughts.
I think this track is going to be, it's been really close on like the times and stuff. Everyone's kind of going the same speed. So I think the mains tomorrow are going to be pretty damn close. And I mean, I think it's going to be a 45-minute battle for all of us. So I think that part of it's good. The track flows really well. It's holding together pretty well so far. I think at this point last year it was rougher than what it is right now.
Having some character by now.
Right, yeah. I don't agree with the character, all right? When people say character, it's freaking rough. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think my favorite layout that I've been to was the first year I was here. There was just a lot more like big jumps and stuff.
7-pack, 10-pack in the middle.
Yeah, and then there was like a big uphill triple and stuff. This one I would think would be my second favorite that I've been to. But I mean, it's awesome. This is more of a racetrack than what it was 2 years ago. But it's just not quite as I don't know what the word is. You're not trying as hard on the track. Like you can push a lot harder. The track's a bit easier, but that will create better racing.
And then one final question. What's some of the things you may do in some of your free time outside of RC racing?
I like to fly RC planes. Since this hobby turned into a job, I try to get another hobby. So I fly RC planes a little bit, play some video games. Me and Cole Ogden actually play video games every night together.
What's your game of choice?
We play a lot of Rocket League or like Call of Duty and stuff like that. And then Xbox. Yeah, me and Cole do that pretty much every night together. And then other than that, I mean, just kind of hang out. I mean, we're pretty busy with the travel schedule that we're on, so whenever you get some free time, you kind of just want to chill. So whenever we're not racing, just kind of chilling and having fun.
Joe, thank you for your time.
All right.
Cole?
What's up?
Hey, Cole, we got Corey here with 5150. What's your favorite song?
You want to be like for real?
Yeah, sure. Or maybe your favorite song to dance to. Let's get that.
I don't know about dancing, but I'd say Bank Account, 21 Savage.
I have no idea what that is. Not a clue.
Hey, I got a question for you. What's your favorite song?
Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA.
Oh, boy. You got me beat right there.
You know, put your hands up. You know. That was before she went off on her deep turn, you know.
Oh, dude, she went off the deep end, that's for sure.
Cole, you've been here many years. Give us your take on the track this year, the event in general, kind of your take on, you know, the event, where it started. I know you come in some of the earlier years, and now it's kind of blown up into what it is now.
Yeah, no, I've been here for, I think it's, 14. I might have came in 13, so I've been here for four or five events, and I mean, it's awesome. I mean, there's always huge jumps, and the traction's always good, and it's always something to look forward to during the year, you know. I've always said for years now that this would turn into a big race, or a big race, like maybe the American Neo Buggy race, which is awesome to see. So, but it's fun. I've always loved coming here. The track's always super fun, and you guys put on a good show. It's fun.
What tires are you using this weekend? What compound?
Reflex.
I won't ask all the secrets.
Reflex, Blue Reflex by J Concepts. I ran a little bit of everything. I ran Reflex Blues, teasers in blue, triple D's in blue, so a little bit of everything.
Good deal. Thanks, Cole.
No problem.
You don't have to shoot it right at the.
Ow! Somebody shot me with a salt gun.
You don't want to interview the old guy. That's in. We could talk about the salt gun, though. We've eliminated all the fire.
So I got to ask, what kind of look are you going with this old scraggly beard?
Well, I just figured since I was coming down here, you know, I try to fit in a little better, give you guys a better, you know, look.
You trying to hang out with the duck people?
Yes.
Well, you know, one of them recently cut his beard off. Are you going to cut your beard off?
Negative, and I didn't know that, and that's sad.
Yeah, he donated it to charity.
Oh, that's terrible.
Terrible. Can we take a minute and ask you a couple questions? I know you've probably made several trips to the U.S. racing. I think this is probably your first time in the South. I think you've been in some other places. What's your take on being down here? I know you made a trip. You started out in Texas, made a trip down to Thornhill and kind of come up. So just what's your take on RC in the South, and give us your thoughts.
Yeah. I flew in on Monday into Dallas, Fort Worth, after my last 8-scale national of the year on Saturday and Sunday. Tuesday we ventured to Indy RC. They welcomed us really nice, had to go to their track. Wednesday, like you said, we went up to Thornhill for the day. They were lovely. It was actually the owner's birthday, so we thank him for letting us come on a special day for himself, and he let us boon around with him. Then Thursday we made the trip halfway up here and had to go at TNT on the way. That was another good trip, and the guys were again welcoming. It just seems like no matter how far you go across the United States, everybody's really nice and welcoming, and then we were greeted here with a really nice end to the week, I think. A whole new bunch of guys I haven't met, like yourself and a few of the other team you've got there. The track's really good fun. I expected it to break up more, not just because of the bad word, but just because of what I was told from last year and this and that. But the sounds of it, you had kind of different temperature leading up, and a lot of the moisture stayed in the track, which I think's left for some real good fun racing. It's still gaining some character. It's not boring or flat, shall we say. It's still gaining some small bumps, small braking bumps. A couple of the jumps have got some spots on them. But yeah, racing down in the South so far, since we arrived down here sort of Thursday, Friday, has been really good fun, and yeah, really enjoying it.
How's the dirt been here? You know, I know it's different dirt than you're used to racing in the UK and across Europe. Tire selection, have you had to play some other cards there in different compounds, different treads, or did you kind of have a good idea what you were going to try, and did it work?
Yeah, I guess it is definitely different mud to what I'm used to at home. And obviously sometimes at home we have kind of some turf, and to make the tracks a bit easier to work through the bad weather in the winter and stuff. So it's nice to be back on like a full dirt track. Tires, we're kind of running the same. I mean, some of our tracks do groove up, and we go to smaller pins and stuff like that. And obviously being indoors with the aircon, we're not really getting the effect of the hot weather, which we normally play with when I get the experience at Nitro Challenge or something. So it's kind of an American track with kind of American dirt, but a UK feeling, if you know what I mean. It's not. It's certainly not cold, but you're not out in the sunlight of 35 degrees, and so I think some of that stuff's kind of similar. It's just nice to be on a.
The one other good thing that we've always heard, especially from the sportsmen and then some of the less experienced open drivers, is with the climate controlled, it has in the past helped with tuning, you know, with the nitro engines and that kind of stuff. Definitely a big plus on that. Random, you know, with you being from the UK, what are some of your things outside of RC that you do? Maybe family, friends, other hobbies? What kind of stuff do you do over there?
So I have my family at home, my wife Cherise, and my son Warwick, he's 5 years old. We do a bit of skate parks with him. He really likes his BMXing, a little bit of scooter, but mainly BMX. Then he also does a bit of like dirt bike riding. He's actually got an electric Osset, which is a trials bike, but we found that would fit better when we bought it him for Christmas last year. And then for myself, I do some RC plane flying with my dad. That's what my dad started off in all those years back, and it was one of his friends in in flying that said, "Hey, I've got this car, you should come down and try it." And that was where my venture started. So he left that behind for about 15 years, and he's gone back to that, and then I enjoy that to get away from it. And I'm all right at it. I can fly a plane and do this and that. And then I also enjoy golf, which I'm not so good at, but not bad. Like, it's just nice to be out on the course, all quiet, nice cold mornings with all the wet like down. Yeah, all the dew on the ground.
Have you tried? Maybe you can talk Peter into, or not Peter, Billy into trying to find you a golf course between here and back to Dallas.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, we've done a bit of go-karting because Jake French. Yeah, big shout out to Jake French. We met him at Indy. He's one of our drivers around the Dallas area, and obviously he's involved with the karting and as a professional. And he took us down to Dallas. Dallas Karting Complex. Definitely a place anybody should get down if they're into go-karting and stuff. And I think we're going to do a last visit there on Wednesday for another battle. Yeah.
Well, I guess, you know, thank you for coming. I know it was a long trip, and I've told Billy thank you for, you know, him bringing you in. We're always looking to change the event. This race started out 150, 225 entries. It's kind of grown, and Chris and I took over and constantly looking for changes. If you could put your experience, especially something you brought from the UK, what's something that we could maybe look at doing different, you know, in the years to come?
Yeah, I mean, probably the biggest highlighted thing for me is the practice. I don't think it should be completely controlled like the seeded heats, because then every driver gets, say, 20 minutes a day, which I think there's a better compromise to be had from that without having it how we did it yesterday. So I think yesterday worked perfectly. The seeding round, as you know, took like 5.5 hours, and we only got 5 minutes each. So that's the compromise I'm saying. The controlled practice is too long with less running, but then I think the free practice got a little bit out of hand, like 28 people on the rostrum I counted in one of the goes. So I think they could call it free practice in terms of running maybe 7-minute heats, and then just with another added, I know it's more work for the crew guys, but another added guy on the driver's stand, just stopping 15 people. So 15 up, 7 minutes, 15 up. And for instance, if yesterday we ran 100 slotted times, if we drop that, because of the time we waste, if we drop that back to say 75 over the course of the day, because it takes a bit more to run through, but everybody gets that good amount of run time they still got, with the added fact that the track wasn't so chaotic. So you got all the different classes, all the different specs of drivers' ability out there. So I think there's a compromise between totally free practice and totally controlled. I think you can meet in the middle.
Yeah, that's a good note. This is Chris and I. We did forget about the guy on the driver's stand, policing it to say. And Chris and I talked a lot about the seated practice, something we wanted to try. This is the first year we've done that here, trying to see if it helps today, and then, you know, roll into tomorrow's schedule. So it's something we're going to go back and look at. But, you know, we're always open to ideas and see what's something.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely the seated. So let me just reiterate the seated bit was definitely good to help
Yeah.
today. But the hours outside of that could maybe just be slightly less people on the track. And I don't even know if you would have to extend it to a 7-minute. I think a 5-minute with just 15 cars on the track would be way more valuable to the driver each time. Whereas I think I did maybe 5 runs in Nitro Buggy, but probably 3 of those were up and down because there was trucks here and it was kind of busy.
last thing, what's your take on the flies?
We do have these flies at home, not as many. These mosquitoes are the ones that got me. Damn, I've had to put long pants on today because I just wanted, I'm in my arms, like, it started way back last week though, so it was back in Dallas. Had like 5 on this arm, 3 on here, now I have like 20 between my knees and my ankles. So I woke up this morning out of the shower and I was like, I don't care what I look like, I'm putting these things on just so that they can't hit my legs. So I might look like I just got out of bed, but I feel a lot better.
Thanks, Darren.
You're welcome.